everybody. This is Alison Miller, and my name is Franciska Dekker, and we are both partners in Tiara International, an organization that is invested in women's leadership development. We are both partners, although we are 9 hours apart. Alison, you are in Los Angeles, I am in the Netherlands. But we love to come together for these, what we call Tiara Talks, which are very brief or short conversations about a topic that we have at heart in the moment. And for today, in this moment, it is about community. We are talking about community. And there are so many directions we can go around that topic. So maybe I can just start, Alison, by asking you, what is community for you? What is the meaning of it?
I mean, that's evolved over time. I think I usually immediately think of, oh, it's your friends, it's the people around you. But as I've gotten older, I think about it more in terms of a sense of kind of like a fellowship, a kinship, I guess in an ideal world, we would all be conscious of each other's really hardwired biological need for kinship, for relationship, for connection and support, so that we actually can feel safe. We can regulate our nervous systems. We're not really designed to regulate by ourselves. And so community is, a way of, I think, really nurturing and supporting one another to live life. Because especially right now, this has been such an incredibly challenging time. And, I think in the collective right now, it's probably in some ways one of the more frightening parts of the pandemic, because this new variant, Omicron, and as the news is starting to spread around the world of its, that it's being detected all over the planet and communities and cities are shutting down again, it's really challenging, like coming into the holidays. And I think this is a time for all of us to really think about, well, what do I actually need in the way of kinship, of fellowship, of support, of connection with other humans, this is a time, if we ever needed community, it's right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There are two things, Alison, that strike me. And one is that you refer to community as a fellowship. I love that word, and I love that concept a lot, because at the time when, in our early Tiara days, I really had to learn to appreciate community. I had all these negative or mindset beliefs around community, that it is closed and it is kind of religious and it is sticky and you're in or you're out, that kind of thing. And I love the fellowship. And what I also love you point out is the importance of stop and reflect about what we actually need to receive. Community, my old belief is, oh, you have to give. There's a lot of energy that goes in there. But community actually has this component of both giving and receiving. And all the giving thing, that is something that women typically do, a lot of give. But the point that you make to pause, especially at this time, pause and see and feel, what is it that I really need, and what is helpful for me in order that I do not drain myself out towards the real end of the year. Yeah.
I guess one thing that I'm mindful of in myself as a piece of kind of my own inner development work, and I just want to offer it because I think this is probably true for a lot of us, is when we contemplate, well, what do I actually need from community? What is it I'm wanting in the realm of community, of fellowship, and of like friendly association with others, which is, I think, what fellowship actually means. There's a second question, which is in a sense, am I open for business? Am I actually receptive and open to what it is that I want to receive from community? An experience I've had is in the past where we've been entertaining And I'm invited people over to my house, say for a dinner party, because I really deeply long to feel that sense of fellowship and laughter and connection, and just having a shared history with people over time, where you raising our kids together, and doing potlucks together, and that kind of connection is really meaningful to me. And I'd be so focused sometimes on like wanting to have a certain kind of experience that I wasn't actually open and receiving what was naturally occurring during the dinner party. Like it was almost like I was missing it. And so recognizing
You're missing out of your own party. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So being able to like realize is that we have to actually rest inside ourselves, enjoy ourselves, and then we can really enjoy and take in and receive the goods out of community.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Here I like the word, are you open for business, the wording, because it both has a professional aspect to it and a very personal aspect, because the example that you are giving is more out of a personal setting, but also in a personal, are you open to business? And a business is an agreement that has a mutual benefit, hopefully, a win-win-win, what we call good for you, good for the other, and good for the whole. Yes. So, do you know any people, women, or people in general, who say, "I don't need community"?
I mean, there are people who have decided that being a loner, like they don't really want to be around people. And, I guess I have to respect that there's probably a continuum of how much people really want and long for community. And sometimes I imagine people who don't have as strong a longing for it get kind of pathologized. But I'm guessing it's actually probably part of a normal continuum. And some people have experienced kind of like relational injuries in their life. Harm happened in community for them. So naturally, there are ways in which they may have shut down or really aren't receptive because what they're doing is protecting. So it might be because someone has been wounded and is protecting, but it also might be because their need for it, their longing for it isn't as strong as someone else's.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, we are also coming to the end of our limited time of 8 to 10 minutes. What would you like to say or share to the people who are listening about community, about receptivity, perhaps? Is there something that you would give them to reflect on?
Well, I mean, one thing is just to acknowledge and be truthful with yourself about what your needs are. And then to be in this inquiry of, can I be receptive? And being receptive is a moment-to-moment experience. There's not a light switch. When you're around other people, you can just see if you can practice when you remember, what would it be like to be receptive? What kinds of little shifts might I make inside myself? Oh, okay, I'm here. I'm going to receive for a moment. And then that's sort of a receptivity muscle that gets built over time. And then you can watch. It may actually have a very positive impact on the relational field between you and others, enhancing your experience of being in community.
I love that, Alison. I will take that on as a practice. And the only thing I would like to add is see if you can do that both in your personal life and in your professional life, and see how that may be different or the same. Be curious, stay curious. And yeah, we wish you all the best, and hope to see you again in one of our next Tiara Talks. Thanks a lot for chiming in. Thank you, Alison.
Thank you.